Thank you very much. Please, let's be seated. Your Excellency, distinguished personalities here present, ladies and gentlemen, we will take the national anthem, and immediately after the national anthem, we'll take Oyo State anthem, and then the Polytechnic Ibadan anthem in that order. Music Technology Department, please, national anthem.
ṣohun tó tọ́ tó dára ìgbà gbogbo níbi gbogbo nípìnlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Aṣíwájú ni wọ́n, aṣíwájú ni wọ́n, aṣíwájú ni wọ́n. Aṣíwájú ni wọ́n. Red for life, salute your fatherland. Red for life, rise to your glorious home. Of a citadel of excellence and perfection towards knowledge. Arise, arise, and shine. Shine, for your time has come. Ibadan Poly, Ibadan Poly, the visitor keep moving forward. You make the world. Bring forth your working fruits. Red for life. Bring forth the blessed fruit. In character and dignity and service to humanity. Arise and shine for the world to see.
Please let's put our hands together for the music technology department, the Polytechnic Ibadan. The Executive Governor of Oyo State, ably represented here today by His Excellency, the Deputy Governor, Otuba Moses Alaki Adeyemo. Eminences here present, Chairman and members of Governing Council, Director and Management, all invited heads of institutions, all former rectors present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Governing Council, you are warmly welcome to the 32nd and 33rd graduation ceremony of the Polytechnic Ibadan. Quickly, before the formal opening of this ceremony, I want to introduce a number of the guests here present, and with every sense of responsibility and respect, I want to introduce the henchman here this morning. That is the personality representing His Excellency, the Governor of Oyo State, His Excellency Senator Abiola Ajimobi, who is unavoidably absent due to pressing official matters. He has sent his deputy, Otumba Moses Alake Adeyemo, Deputy Governor of Oyo State. You are welcome, sir. We have our own governor at the Polytechnic here. That is the Chairman, Governing Council of this institution, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this is one personality that has been in the education sector. I should be a toddler and is still within the education sector in several capacities. He had been deputy vice chancellor, the first deputy vice chancellor of LAUTECH. He had been vice chancellor of the best university for 10 years. And of course, we are blessed to have him at the Polytechnic Ibadan. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Professor Isaac Adebayo Adeyemo. The rector of the institution is equally here. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, like his chairman, he has also betrothed the education sector with giant strides all over in several universities, University of Lagos, University of Ibadan, Obafemi Awolowo University, LAUTECH, and of course, is here at the Polytechnic Ibadan. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Professor Olatunde Fawole is the rector of the Polytechnic Ibadan. Our governing council members, they are also here to honor us. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the pleasure of introducing Dr. Ajibola Isuola. Dr. Olayinka Ilayi is also a member of the governing council. Professor Lasun Olayiwola is equally a member of the governing council of this great institution. Other members, some are here, some are not here, but Mr. S.A. Olalere is a dean, and of course, is representing congregation on the council. Also, I just spotted a former commissioner in this state who is also a member of the governing council of this great polytechnic, the best polytechnic among all the state polytechnics in this country. Honorable Adedeji Akande. You are welcome, sir. Mr. J. Ogunjimi is a deputy registrar academics, and of course is representing the congregation on the council. You are welcome. Other members of the we have from the government, the permanent secretary, Professor Olubola Babalola is another distinguished member. I'm hopefully sorry, ma, of the government. The Polytechnic Ibadan is blessed. The government went and searched and brought people of dignity, people of academic excellence to be members of this council. You can see we have been introducing them. Yes, the permanent secretary, Minister of Education, that is the ministry supervising this institution, is also here, Mrs. I. Fatuki. From the National Board for Technical Education, we have Mr. Tajuddin Abbas. He has come all the way from Kaduna. Please stand up for recognition. You are welcome, sir. He has come to facilitate with the Polytechnic Ibadan. It is a very rare honor. We appreciate you, sir. Other members of the council who are not here, but I quickly want to run through their list for the records. Dr. Akintunde Abidoye Karim, Mr. Emmanuel A. Adegun, Mr. M.A. Olawoyi, the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Finance and Budget, and of course, our rector and the registrar, they are also members of the council. The deputy director of this institution, who is also the chairman of the graduation planning committee, is also here. Mr. or Sculptor Augustine Bayo Ileke. And of course, the administrative engine room of the institution, and that is the registrar, Mr. Ezekiah Ayodele Fentola. The Chancellor of Exchequer, that is the bossa of this institution, is also here, Dr. Abdulrashid Tiamiyu. And of course, the Chief Librarian, Mr. Agobami Ahmed Bakari. And the Director of Works and Services, Engineer J.O. Oyetosho. All our deans are here, and we are all recognized. Please, our deans kindly stand up for recognition. You are welcome. And all our Director of Medical Services is here. You are also recognized. All other directors, please kindly stand up for recognition. Members of our Board of Studies, which include us very senior lecturers, chief lecturers, heads of departments, please stand up for recognition. Yes, we have some personalities that had, at one time or the other, passed through this institution. They work here, they serve this institution, and of course, they are still interested in the progress of this institution. Yes, we have a former rector of the Polytechnic Ibadan, Professor Emmanuel Oshobi. You are welcome, sir. Also, another former rector, Dr. Jacob Ademola Adejumobi. A former deputy rector was also a commissioner for special duties, a former commissioner for special duties in this state, Dr. Eli Balogun. We also have another former deputy rector who also had acted as rector for a period, Mr. Adebisi Adeniro. There's a former registrar of this institution, is also here. He was at the time a commissioner, INEC commissioner in 2 states, in Sokoto and Ekiti State, Alhaji Ahmed Adedoku. And the immediate past bossa of this institution, Mr. G.O.D. Olojede. We have several individuals from several tertiary institutions here. Please, the heads of the institutions, universities, and polytechnics kindly stand up for recognition. That's a very powerful one. You are welcome. We also have some registrars present from other institutions. The registrars, please stand up for recognition. You are welcome. Yes, we want to start this program in earnest. And with every sense of responsibility and respect, I want to invite the registrar of the institution to start this program. The registrar, sir. Just before the registrar comes, a fellow of this institution who had contributed immensely to this institution, he single-handedly built a laboratory worth several millions. Some people were blocking me, so I couldn't spot him easily. And not only that, at a particular time, he provided all the paint that we use to paint all the hostels in this institution. He's a fellow and he's a product of this Polytechnic. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming the Chief Executive Officer of Chemstar Group of Companies that produces fine coat paint, sheet paint, and allied products, Apostle Emmanuel Aderemi Awode. The National President of the Alumni Association of the Polytechnic Ibadan, Professor Akinloye Lawal. You are welcome, sir. And we also have a NASU chairman here, Messrs. Benga Akiola and Ibrahim Akande. You are welcome. I land the representative of Olubadan of Ibadan land. Okay, I want to invite the registrar to formally start this program.
The executive of the office of Oyo State, His Excellency Senator Abiola Ajimobi, ably represented by the Deputy Governor, His Excellency Otunba Moses Alake Adeyemo. Distinguished guests, I have the honor to call on the Chairman of the Governing Council of the institution to declare the 32nd and 33rd combined graduation ceremony open. The Chairman, sir.
The Executive Governor of Oyo State, ably represented here by the Deputy Governor, Otunba Moses Alake Adeyemo. I have the honor, in my capacity as the Chairman, Governing Council, to declare the 32nd and 33rd graduation ceremony open. I hereby welcome the Executive Governor of Oyo State, ably represented, members of the State's Executive Council, and distinguished guests to this graduation ceremony, at which the National Diploma, the Higher National Diploma, full Professional Diploma will be awarded to deserving students of this Polytechnic.
The Executive Governor, sir. Distinguished guests, I also have the honor to call upon the Chairman of the Institutional Governing Council to present his graduation address. The Chairman, sir.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Oyo State, Senator Abiola Ajimobi, ably represented by the Deputy Governor of Oyo State, Otunba Moses Alake Adeyemo. Members of the State Executive here present, the PS Education representing the Commissioner of Education, Mrs. Fatoki, Chairman of Commissions, Boards, and Parastatals here present, KBACs and all their representatives, members of the Governing Council, the Polytechnic Ibadan, the Rector, and other principal officers of the Polytechnic Ibadan, past rectors here present, visiting vice chancellors, rectors and provosts of other tertiary institutions here present, the Executive Secretary of MBT, represented by Mr. Tajuddin Abbas, deans of faculties, directors and heads of departments, members of the Board of Studies, other members of staff, president and members of executive committee of the Polytechnic Ibadan Alumni Association, also fellows of the Polytechnic here present, students union executive, graduates, and students of the Polytechnic Ibadan, gentlemen of the press, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of council, management, staff, and students, I have the special privilege and honor to welcome His Excellency, the Governor of Oyo State, Senator Isiaq Abiola Ajimobi, represented by the Deputy Governor of Tumba, Moses Alake Adeyemo, to the combined 32nd and 33rd convocation ceremonies of the best state polytechnic and the fourth best in Nigeria, the Polytechnic Ibadan. I equally welcome government functionaries, special and invited guests, visiting vice chancellors, rectors, provosts, and other heads of tertiary institutions, alumni members, friends of the institution, parents, graduates, and other well-wishers here present. This convocation ceremony is coming up within the first 12 months of the life of this council, which held its maiden meeting on Wednesday, January 17, 2018, shortly after its inauguration, along with the governing councils of other 5 tertiary institutions in Oyo State on Monday, January 15, 2018, by His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Oyo State, Senator Isiaq Abiola Ajimobi. Occasions like this serve as opportunity to not only highlight our achievements, but also identify our challenges with a view to re-strategizing through formulation and implementation of new policies and adequate planning and redistribution of resources. Achievements of council. This council came on board at a time staff were on strike, which with the support of His Excellency was suspended, which led to resumption of work and commencement of full academic activities. Council wishes to express its appreciation to His Excellency for his commitment in ensuring that the impact of Council was felt shortly after its inauguration. There's no doubt that the achievements of any council are evaluated from the following perspectives, among others. 1, academic, financial, administrative, and the working environment. An highlight of the activities and achievements of the council along these perspectives is hereby presented in this address. Academic. With the support of management and staff, council ensured that the academic year, that's 2017-2018, was not truncated in spite of the challenges last year. Students will soon resume for the 2018-2019 academic year. Furthermore, as of January 2018, accreditation status of programs was as follows. Full accreditation 38, programs due for accreditation 25, while we had 1 positive resource accreditation, and 1 program was due for resource verification. As of November this year, the accreditation status was as follows. We had 61 full accreditation, 2 interim, and 1 positive resource verification, 2 positive resource verification. As a reflection of the academic status of the institution, the Polytechnic Ibadan was declared the best state polytechnic and the 4th nationally in Nigeria by the Nigerian Board for Technical Education. Financial. One of the financial achievements within the above period, that is January to November 2018, is the regular payment of salaries and a 10% reduction in the arrears of 2017 salaries inherited by Council in January. Council hereby expresses its appreciation to His Excellency, for the improvement in the subvention to the institution since May, and for the recent pronouncement of offsetting the outstanding balance of the arrears. In responding to the directive to improve the internally generated revenue and the need to ensure financial prudence, measures adopted by Council are beginning to show positive results. For instance, a comparative evaluation of the performance of the 2018 budget with the 2017 budget showed an increase of 31% in the income, while the corresponding decrease of 5.10% was recorded for the running cost. Meanwhile, Council has put in place policy measures and directives to repositioning Poly Ventures in increasing internally generated revenue, in addition to other sources of revenue. Furthermore, all academic units have been sensitized and have submitted position papers on feasible contributions of each unit at enhancing income generation by the institution. It is hoped that with all these measures in place and the continued support of government, the institution will be able to cope with the adverse financial effects of the recent reduction in admission quota by almost 50%, as directed by the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board and the National Board for Technical Education. Administrative matters. I'm pleased to inform Convocation on behalf of Council that the following administrative documents, which are long overdue for a review, are being revised. These are the conditions of service, the Polytechnic law, and the financial regulations and accounting manual. These are documents and instruments that normally enhance performance of any institution, especially in this era of national and global competitiveness. Hopefully, the revised documents will be ready for the consideration and approval of Council on or before the first quarter of, and thereafter, the revised Polytechnic law will be presented to His Excellency for his assent through the normal channels. Enabling working environment. Council and management have maintained cordial working relationships with the unions, the entire staff, and students. Council therefore appreciates the support and understanding received from staff and students. It is hoped that with time, the existing situation will translate into improved level of performance in ensuring that the #1 position among state polytechnics is maintained while striving to improve on national and global fronts. The Polytechnic Ibadan for improved level of performance. Your Excellency, the world is currently regarded and acknowledged as a global village, which has encompassed ranking of institutions. This trend has encouraged institutions to strive to be on the upper scale of the ranking. I will, through this address, highlight 3 of the parameters. These are not the only ones, but I will highlight only 3, which are considered as components of the indices and will relate this to the Polytechnic Ibadan. These are graduate employability, town and ground relationships, and contributions to national development. On graduate employability, Nigeria presently can boast of 122 on the average polytechnics, comprising of 28, 43, and 51 respectively of federal, state, and private polytechnics. It is estimated that the current annual turnout of graduates from tertiary institutions in Nigeria is on the average of 120,000 annually, while another 500,000 school leavers or college graduates are turned out annually. This is just an average or estimate. Available data show that about 10.4% of the population are enrolled in tertiary institutions in 2018, which is expected to increase to about 13.63% in 2030. With the envisaged Nigeria's population of 263 million in 2030 and projected output of tertiary institutions graduates based on the projected enrollment, it is those institutions and nations whose graduates are produced by the main objective of Sustainable Development Goal number 4 that will be able to stay afloat, not only in national and global job competitions, but more importantly, as job creators. The SDG number 4 states, and I quote, ensure inclusive, but more importantly, an equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities. Those are the goal, number 4 of the SDG goal. There's no doubt quality education, especially at tertiary levels, demands provision of adequate teaching facilities, educational system that is tailored and aligned to industry need, and appropriate educational curricula. This will require corresponding funding and support from government, the society, various donor agencies, and parents. It is without gainsaying that the curricula that produce a graduate is not an all-encompassing one, which demands that a would-be graduate should strive to acquire professional and entrepreneurial skills through self-development in whatever aspects of the labor market he or she wishes to go into. The only way to be relatively market ready and be competitive nationally and globally, and to be an employer of labor, is to ensure that the graduate is in his spare time registers for and passes such professional or skills development examinations before graduation. We now live in a world of knowledge economy, wherein acquisition of knowledge is never an ending one. The best place while an undergraduate is within the institution, which demands financial support of parents. This is my plea to parents and guidance to strive and sacrifice in empowering our students for the challenges for startups and stiff job competitions that lie ahead nationally and globally. Town and gown relationships. One of the expectations of tertiary institutions in developed countries is to be a think tank and partnering with the immediate community for economic, social, and infrastructural development. They are supposed to be a symbiotic relationship between institutions, the community, the private sector, and government. Unfortunately, in Nigeria, institutions and relevant state or national organs for development have not fully imbibed this principle of symbiotic relationship. This is an area that I wish that the Polytechnic Ibadan take the lead, and perhaps in conjunction with other sister institutions, we can take a cue from the Silicon Valley project. While the initial cost of such a project could not be borne by a single institution within the Nigerian context, it could be feasible for a group of tertiary institutions in and within Ibadan environment, or even within the state, to form a conglomerate in establishing and developing uh, an industrial park with the support of Oyo State government. For instance, the Technology Incubation Park, which is now being used as a trade center in Shango, here in Ibadan. Or preferably, sir, the executive, I'm trying to say this to highlight some of the areas that will need the support of government. I'll take that again. For instance, the Technology Incubation Park in Shango, or preferably a parcel of land in the new Ibadan Dry Port Zone in Akinyele local government could be released to the Polytechnic Ibadan. I understand that very soon work will commence on the proposed new dry port zone, very close to the railway line from Lagos. And that's an ideal location for an industrial park, for startups, for young graduates who could come and exercise their skills. And such skills could be marketed from within and outside the state. A formal request will be made to Your Excellency at the appropriate time, sir. Where feasible projects from staff and students could be turned into economic realities. There's no doubt there will be challenges, but they are not unsurmountable. The advantages and benefits, locally and nationally, cannot be quantified. For Nigerian tertiary institutions to compete effectively with their global counterparts, it is expedient to move in that direction. The Polytechnic and national development. An important area that an institution like the Polytechnic Ibadan can catch a niche for herself is feasible contributions of staff to state and national development. Relevance of an institution, especially in an emerging economy like that of Nigeria, is important and should be one of the focal points of the institution. This calls for manpower training and development within the institution for identified areas of needs and has its cost implications. This is an aspect which I will plead with His Excellency that a separate subvention could be granted. And to you, our graduating students and parents, as I congratulate those of you graduating today, there's no doubt the challenges are immense in the race to survival in a highly competitive world, especially the Nigerian environment, where the employment market has been saturated. The rate of unemployed graduates has been put at about 60% of the Nigerian labor supply market. It has been reported that in 2016, about 52 million citizens within the economically active population of Nigeria is jobless, consisting mostly of newly qualified graduates. UNDP report puts the unemployment rate among educated Nigerian youths at about 15%. With the present population of 40 million educated youths, this would translate to about 6 million. The import of this is for you to be aware of the labor market you are going into and to start thinking of honest survival strategies which should be driven by the training and education you have acquired from the Polytechnic Ibadan. You've been trained not only to make use of your brains, but more importantly, your hands, due to the nature of your training. You should be job seekers, not you should be job creators, not job seekers. I wish you were present yesterday evening when Professor Akintoye, Emeritus Professor of Ife, delivered the convocation lecture and highlighted the challenges, not only the challenges, the opportunities within our own environment for labor, for investment by would-be graduates. It was a real incisive lecture. I hope you will be able to get a copy of that lecture. It will set you thinking. You may have to leverage on alumni members of this institution. I'm happy that some of them are here, especially those in the private sector. This is one of the advantages that you have based on the age of this institution and the quality and positions of most of the alumni. It is the intention of this current council to make this alumni association as a means of repositioning the institution to the benefits of our would-be graduates through quality enhancement. I could recollect, I discussed this briefly with one of the fellows who has been a benefactor on how we can relate with the alumni members and see how we can also enhance not only the quality, but also repositioning this institution. To our parents and guardians, I congratulate you for the grace and opportunity to witness the event of today, which is a landmark in the lives of your children and wards. May I say that you may have to support them for some time pending their stabilization. It is my prayer that by the grace of the Almighty God, you will enjoy the fruits of your labors. Appreciation. In concluding this address, I wish to appreciate, on behalf of members of the Governing Council, management, staff, and students of the Polytechnic, His Excellency, the Governor of Oyo State, Senator Isaac Abiola Ajimabi, for the quality membership of the present council, which is composed of professionals and technocrats. Please, Your Excellency, sir, please convey our appreciation to the Governor. It is indeed an opportunity to serve. God helping us will not let you down. There's no doubt the Polytechnic Ibadan is very dear to the heart, and I put that in quotes, to the heart of His Excellency, as reflected in his unflinching support and for always granting us listening ears. We wish you God's guidance, grace, favor, and support in all your endeavors, including the Deputy Governor. We wish you God's guidance, grace, favor, and support in all your endeavors. You have left indelible marks in the administration of Oyo State through your private sector approach to governance. Once again, kindly accept the appreciation of all members of Council and the entire Polytechnic community. I will also wish to appreciate Her Excellency, Dr. Mrs. Florence Ajimabi, for the ever constant interest she has always shown to her alma mater. This is reflected in the donation of a multi-million naira furnished structure named Florence Ajimabi Information Technology Building, which was handed to us on his birthday this year. And that building is dedicated to the Department of Office Technology and Management. Our Excellency graduated about 40 years ago. Our Excellency, on the sand of time in the issue of this institution, and more importantly, for our desire, acquire the basic training that will make them compete and excel among their peers. For this, the Polytechnic Ibadan to you. I will also thank members of council, management, staff, and students for their understanding and unflinching support since the advent of this council. I cannot end this address without acknowledging the contributions of the following outgoing principal officers, namely the rector, registrar, bursar, chief librarian, and the director of works and services. These 5 officers have successfully piloted the affairs of this institution for almost 5 years. It is our prayers that as you complete your term in February 2019, the good Lord will reward you mightily for your services in upholding the good name and status of this great citadel of technical and technological institution. Finally, let me, on behalf of council, management staff, and students, and the entire convocation, wish our amiable visitor, His Excellency, the Governor of your state, Senator Isaac Abiola Ajimabi, a happy birthday. Kindly convey that to him. A happy birthday and many happy returns. It shall be a new year of greater and more opportunities in life and in good health. In the spirit of the season, I wish all of us here present a happy Christmas and a prosperous 2019. I thank you all for coming. May the good Lord grant you all journey mercies back to your various destinations. Thank you all, and God bless.
The executive governor, sir, ably represented by the deputy governor, distinguished guests, I also have the honor to call upon the rector of the Polytechnic Ibadan, Professor Olatunde Fawoli, to present his graduation address. The rector, sir.
His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Oyo State, and visitor to the institution, Senator Abiola Ajimabi, ably represented by the Deputy Governor of Oyo State, Otumba Moses Alaki Adeyemo, members of the State Executive Council here present, our royal fathers here present, members of the House of Assembly here present, Chairman Governing Council, Professor Isaac Adebayo Adeyemi, members of the Governing Council, former rectors here present, the PS Minister of Education, Science and Technology, Mrs. Fatoki, the representative of the ES, that's the Executive Secretary, MBT, Mr. Tajuddin Abbas, the Deputy Rector, and other principal officers of this great institution, deans and directors of programs, vice chancellor, rectors, provosts, and registrars of other institutions here present, heads of departments and units, members of Board of Studies, members of the Students' Union Executive, other invited guests, parents and guardians, lucky graduates, other invited guests, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Governing Council, management, staff, and entire students of this institution, I warmly welcome His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Oyo State, Senator Abiola Ajimabi, ably represented by the Deputy Governor, members of the State Executive Council here present, invited guests, parents and guardians to this ceremony. Today's ceremony is the apex of activities lined up for the combined 32nd and 33rd graduation ceremony, meant for 2015, 2016, and 2016-2017 graduates of this institution. This epoch-making graduation ceremony is organized to celebrate successful, hardworking, and law-abiding students. The ceremony is also to appreciate parents, guardians, and well-wishers for their financial and moral obligation of their works. All members of staff are also not left out in the joy of this celebration for their academic and administrative efforts since the admission of these graduates to this institution. To our respected visitor, I say congratulations to you, sir. To members of staff, parents, and students, I also say a big congratulations. I recall that this governing council, whose membership was strategically selected and appointed by the Oyo State government, consists of experienced and well-read academics and administrators. Immediately the council was inaugurated, it sworn into actions and had meetings with union leaders, which led to a resolution of some of the workers' demands and the eventual suspension of the then 3-month-old strike action. Since then, peace has been restored and sustained in this institution. Council management and staff members are therefore appreciated once again. The governing council and management later
deemed it worthy and imperative to interact with members of staff. This decision was carried out through visitation to faculties, departments, directorates, and units. Through this administrative technique, members of the governing council and principal officers had interpersonal interaction with staff. The interaction of the management with students, on the other hand, showed that our students are friendly, respectable, focused, and mature. However, there are different backgrounds in terms of nature and nurture, show that one cannot rule out few turbulent occurrences. On such occasions, management rose to the task of such situations. 2015, 2016, and 2016-17 graduates. This is sir. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Polytechnic Ibadan is today graduating a total number of 9,549 students for the 2015-2016 and 2016-2017 academic sessions. A breakdown of this number shows that the Faculty of Financial Management Studies has 1,773 students, graduates. Faculty of Business and Computer Studies has 2,794 graduates. Faculty of Engineering has 1,627 graduates. Faculty of Environmental Studies has 1,435 graduates. One Faculty of Science has 1,120 graduates. I want to place on record the deep appreciation of the Governing Council, management staff, and students to the state government for diverse support to the institution, in spite of other competing demands on the government part. Academic and co-curricular activities. Academic activities. The Polytechnic Ibadan is an institution to beat in academic competition by its peers in Nigeria. Your Excellency, the state governor had graciously granted me and members of my management the rare opportunity of serving this state through our appointment to run the affairs of this Polytechnic. We came on board at a time when the fortune of this institution was dwindling, as there was a protracted strike which was cut off by the striking workers on the assumption of duty as a mark of respect for our management. With the full support of His Excellency, in spite of the global dwindling resources which has affected this country, the Polytechnic Ibadan has been able to hold its head among the committee of polytechnics and tertiary institutions in this country. Our students have been excelling in academic competitions and exhibitions. Recently, 2 months ago, students of Mechanical Engineering Department of the institution participated in an international competition and emerged third among tertiary institutions in Nigeria and Ghana. The competition was organized by the Nigerian Institution of Mechanical Engineers in collaboration with the Royal Academy of Engineers, Ghana, and Engineering Against Poverty. In this competition, there were over 60 entries among students of mechanical engineering for universities and polytechnics across the country and Ghana. This attests, sir, to the quality of teaching and practical training that we give to our students in this institution. Also recently, as mentioned by my chairman, the Polytechnic Ibadan was declared the best state polytechnic and the fourth best among federal state polytechnics in Nigeria by our regulatory authority. This was achieved by the support being received from the state government and the efforts of the management, staff, and students of this institution. Accreditation. All the programs being run by this institution, as of today, are fully accredited by the Nigeria Board for Technical Education. MBT is the regulatory body for all academic programs in Nigeria Polytechnics. The institution will continue to strive to attain excellence in all spheres of life. The institution is also expanding its scope of academic programs. 2 new programs, National Diploma in Library and Information Science and Higher National Diploma in Mechatronics, are commencing this academic session, which is starting next week, Monday, December 17. All plans have also been concluded to invite MBTA for resource verification of the underlisted programs as listed: ND Food Technology, ND Pharmaceutical Chemistry, ND Telecommunication Technology, ND Polymer Chemistry, ND Photography Technology, ND Transport Planning and Management, ND Leisure and Tourism Management, ND Chemical Engineering, ND Metallurgical Engineering, ND Cooperative Finance and Management, and finally ND Taxation. Admission. Your Excellency, sir, the Polytechnic Ibadan has always been a choice institution for candidates wishing to acquire Polytechnic education in this country. From every nook and corners of this nation, candidates want to come to the Polytechnic Ibadan. In the last UTME examination conducted by JAM, 10,922 candidates made the Polytechnic Ibadan the first choice institution. From this staggering figure, the institution is capable of admitting just about 20% of this number. The inability of the institution to admit more than this number is due to the fact that we cannot exceed the class carrying capacity recommended for the institution by MBTA. And this rule by MBTA is intended to sustain quality training and teaching. Co-curricular activities. In the sport arena, within Nigeria and along the West African coast, by a force to be reckoned with. In the Polytechnic Ibadan, our students are trained to be a total man, developing both their mental and physical endowments. The institution participated in the last Nigeria Polytechnic Games, NIPOGA, held at the Federal Polytechnic, Ibadan, Niger State, and came second among 40 polytechnics that participated with 14 gold, 5 silver, 11 bronze medals. The next games will take place in Polytechnic, Castle Polytechnic, sometime next year. Our aim is to become number 1. Other polytechnics better get ready for us. Physical and environmental development. The institution is an old one, of course. We are over 40, one of the oldest in the country. Hence, there is the need for constant renovation of old structures, as well as the construction of new ones to meet the increasing demand. I want to use this medium once again to thank Our Excellency, the wife of our Executive Governor, Dr. Mrs. Florence Ajimobi, and the distinguished alumnus of this institution for the donation of an ultra-modern information and communication technology building, fully furnished with computer systems and its accessories. This will help and has been helping us to enhance our training in information and computer technology. In the last few years, this management has been able to achieve the following projects, among others. They are: 1, completion of the proposed Institute of Mechatronics / Robotic Engineering building with relevant equipment and facilities, which is due to take off from January 1. 2, Central Research Laboratory with state-of-the-art analytical equipment and facilities. 3, Faculty of Matter Sciences building complex. 4, new health center complex. All these 4 are courtesy of TED Fund. 5, 150-seater lecture from our IGR. Other donations received within the last 1 year include 110 laptops by Nigerian Computer Commission. 2, ICT tools and associated infrastructures and bandwidth connectivity under the Tertiary Institutional Knowledge Center (TKIC) project of USPF 2016 intervention for this institution. It is on this note that I want to solicit further for the assistance of governments at all levels, corporate organizations, as well as individuals, for the provisions of more infrastructures so as to continue to improve on the discharge of our responsibilities as the citadel of technology renovation. The graduates, my dear graduates, I once again felicitate with you on this occasion. You are going into the larger world that is different from the campus. The spirit of tolerance, high moral standard, and dedication to duty, which we added to spice your academic pursuit, will definitely see you through your future endeavors. I urge you to be good ambassadors of the Polytechnic Ibadan. The diplomas you are receiving today should make you proud of your years of training. And please remember, there is no inferiority in you except that which you allow to happen to you. Graduates of polytechnics are found in every field of human endeavor, be it commerce, government, and industries. Remember the spirit of hard work that we have imparted to you are the motto of our institution. Iṣẹ́ lóògùn ìṣẹ́. Work is the antidote to poverty. You should also note that the certificates you are holding belong to the Polytechnic Ibadan, and you must continue to defend the name and integrity of the institution at any time. Furthermore, I wish to remind the graduates of the fact that this country is going through a period of economic recession. Yet, there is hope. Life swings like a pendulum. Today might look bleak, but tomorrow will be brighter and better. What you need is to take life headlong, confront it with courage, drawing for the practical training and entrepreneurship skills that you have acquired while in the Polytechnic to establish yourselves as self-employed graduates and job provider. I wish you the very best that life could offer, and pray that God in His infinite mercies will prosper you. I also congratulate the parents, guardians of today, and the entire workforce of the Polytechnic Ibadan for all our combined efforts in molding the moral and academic process of the graduates. Our aspiration. The institution can boast of having contributed significantly to the economic and social life of Nigeria through the quality of its alumni who have studied in this institution. The institution, with its age, facilities, and completeness of our teaching and non-teaching staff, has what it takes to be a degree awarding institution. We will continue to put in our best so as to retain the name of the institution among the best in Nigeria. Appreciation. I want to first and foremost appreciate God Almighty for making today a reality. I, on behalf of other principal officers, appreciate His Excellency, Senator Abiola Ajimabi, ably represented, for giving us the opportunity to start this great standard of learning, the Polytechnic Ibadan. Precisely 4 years and 10 months ago, we assumed duties in the institution. And God has seen us to this point. We were appointed on the 14th February 2014. The opportunity given had allowed us to contribute positively to the development of this citadel of technological innovations, and indeed to educational development generally. We express our profound gratitude to His Excellency for the privilege he has given to us. Our appreciation also goes to the Governing Council, staff, and students, and all stakeholders. We appreciate you. I also, on behalf of management, appreciate especially the federal government through the Tertiary Education Trust Fund, TETFund interventions. TETFund has really complemented the efforts of the state government in providing funds for the infrastructure necessary to secure and sustain accreditation of all our courses. I also wish to specially acknowledge our regulatory body, National Board for Technical Education, Kaduna, for being with us at all times. They are also here today. Conclusion. Once again, we want to thank God for making today a glorious one for us. We are grateful to our proprietor, the Oyo State government, under the amiable leadership of the visitor to the institution, the Koshele of our time, His Excellency Senator Abiola Ajimobi, and members of his cabinet for their tremendous support for the success of various activities of this institution. We also appreciate our friends, we appreciate our benefactors, and all well-wishers who are here present today, and those who are unavoidably absent. We thank everybody. May the Almighty God grant you journey mercies back to your respective destinations. I wish you a prosperous end of year 2018 and a blessed new year 2019. Thank you, and God bless you all.
The Chairman Governing Council, honorable commissioners here present, distinguished guests, I have the honor to call on the Executive Governor of Oyo State, ably represented by the Deputy Governor, His Excellency Otuba Moses Alaki Adeyemo, to address the gathering. Your Excellency, sir.
The Honorable Speaker of Oyo State House of Assembly, the Chief Judge of Oyo State, the Secretary to the State Government, the Chief of Staff to the Executive Governor, the Head of Service, the Honorable Commissioner here present, members of the State House of Assembly, Chairman and members of Governing Council, the Polytechnic, Ibadan, Chairman, boss, and parastatals, Vice Chancellors of various universities that are here, rectors of polytechnics present, provosts of colleges of education, the rector, Ibadan Polytechnic, the chairman of the Governing Council, permanent secretaries, particularly of the Ministry of Education, Mrs. Fatoki, principal officers of Polytechnic, Ibadan, and other tertiary institutions that are here, deans of faculties, head of departments, graduates and parents here present, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I want to present the speech of the governor of Oyo State, Senator Isiaq Abiola Ajimobi, at the combined 32nd and 33rd graduation ceremony of the Polytechnic Ibadan held at the North Campus Sports Pavilion, the Polytechnic Ibadan. I gave glory for another opportunity to be here again at the Polytechnic Ibadan as a visitor to share the joy of the combined 32nd and 33rd convocation ceremony with the graduating students, as well as the Board of Studies and Management of this foremost citadel of learning. I heartily congratulate today's graduates for successfully completing their various programs. I also rejoice in the parents and guardians who supported them morally and financially to go through the courses. You have every reason to be proud of yourself, having successfully undergone the rigorous of classroom work, practical and industrial attachments to the satisfaction of the examiners and academic board, and have been found worthy in learning and character for the award of National Diploma and Higher National Diploma in your various academic programs. As you may have been taught, life is a journey and not a destination, even as learning is a lifelong endeavor. The fact that you have completed this phase of your academic journey should not be taken to mean that you have reached the zenith of knowledge. You should always bear in mind that you have just reached the beginning of another journey of your life. The next phase, however, promises lots of rewards, if only you have courage, enterprising, uprightness, and hard working. Let your mantra be, what can I do for my country, and not what can my country do for me. This is the time to apply the knowledge and skills of acquired into creating value, which will enrich your own lives, that of your families, and also improve the overall well-being of the society that you live in. The thrust of our administration policy reforms in education is predicated on turning out graduates who are well equipped with entrepreneurship skills that will enable them readily transform into employers instead of employment seekers. We are particularly focused on equipping them with the technical skills that will allow them complete successfully with their contemporary worldwide. That is increasingly driven by technology. This is the reason why our government established the first technical university in Nigeria with a vision of making it a world institution of learning. It is therefore heartwarming to learn that the authorities of the institution have established a platform which provides opportunity for graduate students to engage in vocational skills, developing to complement their academic knowledge. This is in line with the vision of this administration, and I want to assure you of our continued support in this regard. I would like to reiterate the fact that the private sector is the engine room of growth of any nation, and Nigeria is not an exception. And small and medium scale enterprises are forces that keep the engine running for optimized utilization. It is therefore behoves on today's graduates to recognize the responsibilities the society places on them and gear to ensure that they fulfill this expectation. I must say that you are very lucky considering the fact that you have successfully undergone the professional courses which have prepared you for the task of being your own bosses, operating on your own without relying heavily on government for employment. May I, at this juncture, acknowledge the efforts of the management and staff of this great institution over the past 40 years to ensure that they provide an enabling environment for effective teaching and learning. I also want to congratulate the management and students of this institution. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, your dedication to work, coupled with administrative acumen of this great institution, I want to say that the government of Oyo State appreciates all and sundry and advise you to continue to be your brother's keeper in everything that you are doing. We want to also recognize the institution, or this institution, for being the first polytechnic in Nigeria. We are very proud of this, and we promise that Oyo State will continue to do its best to make sure that we continue to be number one in the. We also want to congratulate the chairman of the governing board, Professor Isaac Adebayo Adeyemi, who is no doubt living up to expectation. The council has been so dynamic and selfless in their handling of issues capable of moving the institution forward and higher. He has also acted as a bridge between the state government and the institution, thus engineering an unprecedented level of commitment and performance. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank everybody, particularly our professors, the vice chancellors from other universities, the rectors from other universities, and all invited guests. We thank you for coming, and we believe that you are going to be co-partners of development in your areas of discipline to make Nigeria greater than what it is today. I thank you all.
Award of National Diploma. The chairman, sir, the persons who will be presented hereafter have fulfilled all the requirements of the Polytechnic Ibadan and have therefore been found worthy to be awarded the national diploma of this institution. I therefore call on the deans of faculties to please present their graduates in the following order. 1. Faculty of Business and Communication Studies. 2. Faculty of 3. Faculty of Environmental Studies. 4. Faculty of Financial Management Studies. And 5. Faculty of Science. Faculty of Business and Communication Studies, please.
Chairman, sir. Will the graduates of the National Diploma in the Faculty of Business and Communication Studies please stand and remain standing? The chairman, sir, by the authority of the Board of Studies, I have the honor to present these persons who have satisfactorily completed their programs in the Faculty of Business and Communication Studies in the 2015-2016 and 2016-2017 session and have been found worthy both in character and in academic performance to be awarded the National Diploma of the Polytechnic Ibadan. Both those present at this ceremony and those who are unavoidably absent, whose names appear on the list and for whom I stand proxy.
By the authority of the Board of Studies, I admit you all and severally to the National Diploma of the Polytechnic, Ibadan. The next thing,
will the grantors of the National Diploma in the Faculty of Engineering please stand and remain standing? The chairman, sir, by the authority of the Board of Studies, I have the honor to present these persons who have satisfactorily completed their programs in the Faculty of Engineering in the 2015-2016 and 2016-2017 and have been found worthy both in character and academic performance to be awarded the National Diploma of the Polytechnic Ibadan, both those present at this ceremony and those who are unavoidably absent, whose names appear on the list and for whom I stand proxy.
by the authority of the Board of Studies, I admit you all and severally to the National Diploma of the Polytechnic, Ibadan.
Will the graduates of the National Diploma in the Faculty of Environmental Studies please stand and remain standing? The chairman, sir, by the authority of the Board of Studies, I have the honor to present these persons who have satisfactorily completed their programs in the Faculty of Environmental Studies in 2015-16 and 2016-17 sessions, and have been found worthy in both character and in academic performance to be awarded the National Diploma of the Polytechnic Ibadan, both those present at this ceremony and those who are unavoidably absent, whose names appear in the list and for whom I stand proxies.
By the authority of the Board of Studies, I admit you all and severally to the National Diploma of the Polytechnic Ibadan. You can sit down.
We graduates of the National Diploma in the Faculty of Financial Management Studies, please stand and remain standing. The chairman, sir. By the authority of the Board of Studies, I have the honor to present these persons who have satisfactorily completed their programs in the Faculty of Financial Management Studies in 2015 and 2015-2016 and 2016-2017 academic sessions, and have been found worthy both in character and in academic performance to be awarded the National Diploma of the Polytechnic Ibadan, both those present at this ceremony and those who are unavoidably absent, whose names appear on the list and for whom I stand proxy.
By the authority of the Board of Studies, I admit you all and severally to the National Diploma of the Polytechnic Ibadan.
Will graduates of the National Diploma in the Faculty of Science please stand and remain standing? The chairman, sir, by the authority of the Board of Studies, I have the honor to present these persons who have satisfactorily completed their programs in the Faculty of Science in 2015-2016 session and 2016-2017 session, and have been found worthy both in character and in academic performance to be awarded the National Diploma of the Polytechnic Ibadan. Both those present at this ceremony and those who are unavoidably absent, whose names appear on the list and for whom I stand proxy.
By the authority of the Board of Studies, I admit you all and severally to the National Diploma of the Polytechnic Ibadan.
The Music Technology Department, please. Fanfare, please, from Music Technology Department. Award of Higher National Diploma. The chairman, sir, the persons who will be presented hereafter have fulfilled all the requirements of the Polytechnic Ibadan and have therefore been found worthy to be awarded the full professional diploma or the higher national diploma of this institution. I therefore call on the deans of faculties to present their graduates in the following order: Faculty of Business and Communication Studies, Faculty of Engineering, Faculty of Environmental Studies, Faculty of Financial Management Studies, and finally, Faculty of Science. Dean, Business and Communication Studies, please.
Will graduates of the Higher National Diploma and the full Professional Diploma in the Faculty of Business and Communication Studies please stand and remain standing? The chairman, sir, by the authority of the Board of Studies, I have the honor to present these persons who have satisfactorily completed their programs in the Faculty of Business and Communication Studies in the 2015-2016, as well as the 2000 academic sessions, and have been found worthy, both in character and academic performance, to be awarded the Higher National Diploma and the full Professional Diploma of the Polytechnic Ibadan. Both those present at the ceremony and those who are unavoidably absent, whose names are on the list and for whom I stand proxy.
By the authority of the Board of Studies, I admit you all and severally to the full professional diploma in town planning and the higher national diploma of the Polytechnic Ibadan.
With the granters of higher national diploma in the Faculty of Engineering, please stand and remain standing. The chairman, sir, by the authority of the Board of Studies, I have the honor to present these persons who have satisfactorily completed their programs in the Faculty of Engineering in the 2015 and 2016, 2016 and 2017 sessions, and have been found worthy, both in character and academic performance, to be awarded the Higher National Diploma of the Polytechnic Ibadan. Both those present at this ceremony and those who are unavoidably absent, whose names appear on the list and for whom I stand proxy.
By the authority of the Board of Studies, I admit you all and severally to the Higher National Diploma of the Polytechnic Ibadan.
The chairman, sir, with the graduates of the Higher National Diploma and full professional diploma in the Faculty of Environmental Studies, please stand and remain standing. The chairman, sir, By the authority of the Board of Studies, I have the honor to present these persons who have satisfactorily completed their programs in the Faculty of Environmental Studies in 2015, 2016, and 2016, 2017 academic sessions, and have been found worthy in both character and academic performance to be awarded the higher national diploma and the full professional diploma of the Polytechnic Ibadan. Both those present at this ceremony and those who are unavoidably absent, whose names appear on the list, and for whom I stand proxy.
By the authority of the Board of Studies, I admit you all and severally to the higher national diploma and the full professional diploma of the Polytechnic Ibadan.
We graduates of the higher national diploma in the Faculty of Financial Management Studies, please stand and remain standing. The chairman, sir. By the authority of the Board of Studies, I have the honor to present these persons who have satisfactorily completed their programs in the Faculty of Financial Management Studies in 2015, 2016, and 2016-2017 academic sessions, and have been found worthy both in character and in academic performance to be awarded the higher national diploma of the Polytechnic Ibadan. Both those present at this ceremony and those who are unavoidably absent, whose names appear on the list and for whom I stand proxy.
By the authority of the Board of Studies, I admit you all and severally to the higher national diploma of the Polytechnic Ibadan.
Will the graduates of the higher national diploma in the Faculty of Science please stand and remain standing? The chairman, sir. By the authority of the Board of Studies, I have the honor to present these persons who have satisfactorily completed their programs in the Faculty of Science in 2015, 2016, and 2016-2017 sessions, and have been found worthy both in character and in academic performance to be the higher national diploma of the Polytechnic Ibadan. Both those present at this and those who are unavoidably absent, whose names appear on the list, and for whom I stand proxy.
By the authority of the Board of Studies, I admit you all and severally to the higher national diploma of the Polytechnic Ibadan.
Please let's give a generous round of applause to the new graduates of the Polytechnic Ibadan, just admitted to the institution. Your Excellency, Chairman Governing Council, senior government officials here present, Director and Management, Head of Tertiary Institutions, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. The Olubadan of Ibadan land, that's the landlord of the Polytechnic Ibadan. He has sent one of his chiefs to represent him here today, and he's being represented by Chief Mukaila Boyega Olawoyin Orogumodi, the Bada Balogun of Ibadan land. Karaoleo. Also, we have our friends from the NDE and YESO. They have come. I've been working with the Polytechnic in the last couple of weeks, and they're here. Alhaji Ese Awosanya, Mr. Bamigbade, Mrs. Ayela Agbe, Mr. Aye Adegoke, Mr. Paul Okay, Mr. Akinlusi. Please stand up for recognition. Thank you very much. And I want to also remind us that this program is being transmitted live on the Polytechnic Ibadan radio on 98.9 FM station. And of course, we are also being relayed on YouTube via Polyrace. If you Google it, you will get to, with Polyrace, you will see us live there. Yes, the Commissioner of Police of your state is being represented here also by a friend and colleague, the Police Public Relations Officer, Mr. Ajisebutu. You are welcome. Thank you. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a lot of tertiary institutions are here, and they have come to felicitate with the Governing Council, the Rector, and indeed the entire institution on this occasion. And they are going to present their goodwill messages. I have the list of some of them here. And if you have any list that is not, any name that is not here, please join your colleagues to come and present your goodwill message. We want to start from our supervisor, and that is the National Board for Technical Education. Is being represented by the desk officer who is representing the Polytechnic Ibadan on at the LBT is Mr. Tajuddin J. Yahaya. He's bringing in the message from the Executive Secretary of the MBTE that recently rated the Polytechnic Ibadan as the best state-run polytechnic and the fourth best in the country.
Thank you very much. All protocol duly observed. I have the honor to represent the board on this occasion, and I'm also the desk officer of Ibadan Polytechnic in the MBTE. I have the honor to relay to you all that we are happy in partnering with the Polytechnic Ibadan. And for this reason, I'm being mandated to come and present to you that we will, for this 32nd and 33rd graduates, we wish them success in their next endeavor. And also, we need to congratulate the staffs, the management, staffs, and the entire body that have made everything successful in this occasion. A well done work. May God bless every one of you all the management and staff of the Polytechnic. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate Mr. Tajuddin Yaya of the National Board for Technical Education. Yes, other institutions will be coming, while the rector will be on his feet to receive them. We will present their goodwill messages to the rector. And I want to start with the Federal Government College Education Special Oyo. Okay. Okay. I guess all representatives of tertiary institutions will just file out and the rector will be there to receive the messages. Please, you mention your name and the institution you represent.
I'm representing the rector of Osun State Polytechnic Ire, Dr. Jacob Olushola Agbola. He extends felicitation to the council, management, ably led by the rector, staff, and students on the occasion of the 32nd and 33rd ceremony. And I wish to place it on record that Osun State Polytechnic Ire was once satellite campus of this polytechnic, and now full-fledged Osun State Polytechnic Ire, with a promise that you will be hearing Osun State not letting the parent father down in the uplifting the education in Nigeria. Congratulations, sir.
Please, we know that we have a lot to say, but to save our time and the time of everybody, just the name, the institution that we represent. Thank you.
I'm Dr. Jebodi from Federal College of Education, Special Oyo, representing my provost and the entire management, congratulating Polytechnic Ibadan.
I am Professor Dayo Fashakin, the Rector of Federal Polytechnic Ileoluji. On behalf of my council, staff and students of that great institution, we wish to felicitate with you and the graduates of today. We wish you all the best, and we wish all the graduates too the best in their next endeavor. Thank you, because we are very proud of you. We are very proud of your achievement, and we want to associate with you. Thank you. God bless you.
Please name and school alone, please. Thank you.
I'm architect Dr. Koyi Jojola Osho, representing the rector of Moshood Abila Poly, Dr. Adiola Odedino. Send a good news.
I'm architect Alabifemi Samson, the acting rector of the Okeogun Polytechnic. Congratulations, sir.
Sogoro Samuel, Rector, Lagos State Polytechnic. Congratulations.
Professor Jacob Bemiga Adewale, the Provost, Oyo State College of Agriculture and Technology, Bora. I congratulate you, sir.
Architect Dr. Olusegun Aluko, Director of Federal Polytechnic Ilaro. Congratulations, sir.
I, Professor Abiodun Tinuoye Oladipo, representing the Vice Chancellor of Ladoke Akinola University of Technology, Ogbomoso.
I'm Iyola Itayo, Rector of the Barapa Polytechnic Irua. We are the second best in Oyo State.
Oyekola Oluwakemi, representing the Rector, Ogun State Institute of Technology, Igbesa. Congratulations, sir.
Dr. J. Olusegun Adiagbo, the College of Education, Lanlate. Your congratulations and we wish you best of luck.
I'm Dr. Felicia Olabisi Awolola from Kwara State Polytechnic, representing the Rector of Rectors, the Chairman, yes, the Rector of Rectors, Alhaji Mashood Elelu, also the President of Commonwealth Association of Technical Universities and Polytechnics in Africa. Congratulations, sir.
I'm Mr. Bamidele Latif, representing the Rector of Osun State College of Technology. As a satellite campus of Polytechnic Ibadan, I want to congratulate you on the occasion of these days. Thank you, sir.
Director, sir. I'm Fasasi Ekin Adegoke, representing TOPS, the
only tops Polytechnic in the state.
I'm Teslim Ladimejo Adidiran, Registrar, Emmanuel and Education, representing my provost, Dr. Razak Adetunji Adefabi. Congratulations. And please let me say we have here representing our Chairman of Council, Professor Morunkola. Is here seated.
We appreciate all the heads of tertiary institutions, and we are proud that you have attended this program. We are proud of you. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to hand over the microphone to the registrar for further proceedings.
Recognition of distinctions and presentation of prizes. The chairman, sir, I have the honor to present to you those students of the faculties of Business and Communication Studies, Engineering, Financial Management Studies, Environmental Studies, and Faculty of Science, who have distinguished themselves by making distinctions in their respective fields of study during the 2015-2016 and 2016-2017 academic sessions. I therefore have the singular honor to please call the award winners. They will come forward here to have a handshake with the chairman, sir. Winners of endowed prizes for 2015-2016 academic session. 1. The Polytechnic Ibadan Alumni Association Prize for the overall best students. The donor is the Polytechnic Ibadan Alumni Association, and the winner is Otukoya Timothy Adeniyi. Have a handshake with the chairman of the governing council. The best overall student for 2015-2016 academic session, Otukoya Timothy. Lawal Ajadi Adebayo Prize for the best student in business administration at the higher national diploma level, which donor is Dr. N.A. Adebayo, and the winner is Jimo Fatima S. Do we have Jimo Fatima S here? Come over, please. Iyano de Suebat Mobolaji Adeoye Prize for the best student in HND graphics. The donor is Alhaji Bolaji Adeoye, and the winner is Abolu Sodun Esther Moturayo. Prize for the best national diploma student in office technology and management. Donor is Honorable Sojilonge, while the winner is Maruf Omawumi Miriam. Maruf Omawumi Miriam, please. Honorable Olusegun Olayiwola Prize for the best HND student in urban area planning. The donor is Honorable Olusegun Olayiwola. When Okidegun Ozezua Blessing. Late Foluke Adejumo Prize for the best HND student in urban and regional planning. The donor is Ayo Adejumo, and the winner again is Ogidegun Ozezuma Blessing. Prince Ayodeji Abbas Alesiloye Prize for the best ND student in local government administration. Donor is Prince Ayodeji Abbas Alesiloye, while the winner is Adekunle Oluseun Olaoluwa. Adekunle Olaoluwa, please.